Hey folks, this is Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking. Thanks again for joining us on Bike Chat. Tonight we're going to be talking with my buddy Tony about this cool topic of why do you feel so good when you get out and ride on your mountain bike. So hang in here, we're going to talk about that tonight. All right, folks. Hey, once again, thanks for joining myself, Gene, with Bike Chat, and my new buddy, Tony from MTB Drop In, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm at work now. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, ma'am.
So, folks, tonight is another example of why I totally love YouTube and doing this Regular Guy Mountain Biking channel. Honestly, Tony from MTB Drop In did a shout out. We did some talking over YouTube. He zapped me over on Twitter and said, "Hey, you know what? We should get together and talk about something. I've got this cool topic about, why do we feel so good when we mountain bike?" And I'm like, "Dude, that's a great freaking topic because I always feel so great when I mountain bike. Let's do a bike chat." So, this is all him, man, tonight, and I appreciate you reaching out to me and wanting to talk for a while.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I've been a fan of your show for, your YouTube channel for a while. So I was just like, I just was lying in bed one night and I was like, you know what? I think, you know what it was? I was watching the coffee episode you just did with Loam Coffee.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? I think that, we might just get along really great. Just maybe just chatting up about, why we like mountain bike riding so much. I have kind of a story of how I got into mountain bike riding, and it's kind of driven me to kind of, go and make this channel that I've made and stuff like that,
Well, it's cool, man. I mean, trust me, the fact that you're thinking about me in your bed late at night is freaking awesome. So I love that, man. This is great. This is going to be a hell of a good relationship, you and me, man. I'm telling you, this is going out great. I'm going to have to start sending you flowers now.
I set myself up there, didn't I?
You kind of did. I couldn't let that go. I'm a big jerk like that. Anyway, So look, I'm going to let Tony start this one off simply because he's got some pretty good examples, and I think all of you have some pretty good examples too about why you get on those bikes of yours and just kind of feel so freaking good. So and I've got mine as well, but let me let my buddy Tony grab a little mic over here. And so why the hell did you get on your bike, dude? What's going on, man?
It just all started when I got injured at work, and what I do, I work with at-risk youth, and we do like restraints and stuff like that. I work with teenagers, and I'm like only 5'6", and I'm taking down these guys who are like 6 foot. So I ended up getting spinal arthritis. I'm 27 years old, and the doctor calls me, "Oh yeah, spinal arthritis. That's why you can't get out of bed in the morning." And I'm like, "Oh wow, okay, cool."
Whoa.
So at that point in time, it was almost for about a year. I was just on my back, on my back, laid out, just on the couch every day. And I was just kind of just thinking to myself, I don't have the energy to work out. I don't have the energy to, basically get up and get myself healthy. This was in the back of my mind, it's just, I didn't, I just knew with my schedule and everything, what was I going to do? And,
right.
I ended up, running into a friend, and he's been mountain bike riding for like 20 years. And he's like, "Why don't you come with me or whatever?" And we ended up going for, a ride. And, I had the time of my life. I was in the outdoors, I've always had a passion for the outdoors, but I live in California, and it's just like fishing sucks, hunting sucks. Basically, there's everything, just, you can't do anything out here if you're an outdoors person. It's just, right. I've lived in city my whole life, and I can't stand the city. So immediately when we went for that first ride, I was hooked. I was in the middle of nowhere, that sense of danger you get when, like, right. Is there a mountain lion over there, or what's lurking over there? You're just kind of like, you're freaked out, but you're just like, well, this is crazy. And you just want to, like,
but the adrenaline's got you moving. You just feel so good about it,
Yeah. And it's just, there's just so many aspects to mountain bike riding. There's the adrenaline. It's right. A sport, it's, you get healthy while doing it. It causes you to want to be more healthy, so you can push yourself to another level. And what guy in this day and age doesn't like to explore? It's like, if you look at history, everybody, it's all about, exploring, finding new lands and finding new things. There's just something within guys that just kind of just pushes us towards that type of thing. And living in today's society, it's kind of hard to find. And then when I found mountain bike riding, it's like, hey, I'm going to go to those mountains over there, and I'm going to go take my bike up it and see what I can find.
Just have a good time. And the part is just so cool is that you can ride with so many different people. Like, one of the things I love about it is that there are always people that are far better than me. But you know what? So they wait a little bit at the top, but we have some fun things, a couple things I do pretty good too, and it's a really awesome social. I mean, right, folks, when you're out there riding, it's nice to be alone too. You have that quiet time, like that little bit of like, okay, let's just get the hell away from the world. But you have the other time that's social, and you can do it, and you don't have to be. I mean, I'm not trying to plug Regular Guy Mountain, but you can be a regular guy. You just hang out with your dudes. You have a nice time. And one of the things that's really so cool about it is that, look, it can be a pretty dangerous sport. So you have to pay attention to what you're doing. You have no time to think about the lousy day you had at work. I look, love my kids, love everything. Please understand I do. But I have no time to worry about why they're fighting over American Girl dolls. Ugh, American Girl dolls. I don't have to worry about that. What do I have to worry about? How am I going to get over that route? How am I going to bunny hop over that Christmas tree? Sorry, I had to put that in there because I love the fact you bunny over a bunny hop. I'm going to plug that all the time. It was the best bunny hop I've ever seen in my life.
I was sitting there, and I was just thinking to myself, everybody put out a Happy New Year's video, and I just sitting there, I'm like, my wife caught me on the phone jumping over the tree, and I just was like, oh! And I just, put it up there.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's going to be a link coming right about now where you can take a look at Mr. Tony, the Christmas tree hopper, bunny hopping over a Christmas tree. So freaking cool.
Awesome.
But the point is that, when you're riding, you have to focus on riding, and that's really it, and it just clears my mind. What I think is so crazy is I screwed up my back from stuff. There's a video of that on there, and when I talk to my doctor, I'll feel better when I come back, but it's kind of odd because when you're out there, you're attacking the trails and you're letting all that energy out. And you're not really relaxing. It's not like it's like yoga where you're and humming out and stuff. Well, though yoga is very hard, so if people that are watching yoga don't think I understand, but it's not a calming sport. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, what do you think? Like, you're not like chilling out.
Okay, I'm just gonna get real right here, and if everybody's gonna diss me for this, you're just as guilty as I am. When you're riding with somebody,
I can edit it out later on, so don't worry.
Okay,
go
cool.
ahead.
But when you're riding with somebody, and they're behind you, you're just like pushed to like do crazier things than you would have done, if you were by yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you land this trick and you're like thinking you're all cool because you just showed your friend you just landed this awesome trick. There's an adrenaline factor to the sport, and you just feel like a superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel awesome. To put it in a very just simplistic way, you feel like on top of the world, basically.
Yeah, and you're right, because I'll go and ride trails that are generally kind of hard for me, and I'll go to sections that I sometimes I can't clear. We've all hit rock gardens, right, folks, where you hit this rock garden and you're like, son of a, I know I can clear this. So what do? We turn around and we go back. So think about this. You're stressed out all day. You're stressed out. Your boss is a pain in the, you're home, and what do? You take your bike to the woods and you run against rocks and try to go over things that you can't get over, and you turn around, you do it again, and you do it again. And this somehow makes us feel good. But it does.
Even when you fall,
dude. Even when you fall. But it's a really crazy thing. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. I always get different responses from guys, like when you fall, like, oh, what's your wife going to say? Oh, my wife would kill me. Oh, my wife would. So how do you, as a family man, one family man to another, like, how does she,
Great question. So we talked a little bit about how long we've been mountain biking. I've been mountain biking for a very long time, though I'm not good at it, so I don't quite understand what happened there. But I have been. So when I met my wife, I was already doing this.
Okay.
So it wasn't a surprise. Also, the fact that I come home happier. Like there'll be days where she's like, "Look, get on your bike and leave," because I'm such a jerk and I'm stressed out. She's like, "Look, dude, you need to go for a mountain bike ride," and then. We also talked about the whole getting hurt thing, because I was wondering about maybe I should stop doing downhill for a while. Oh, not while, like stop it, because it might not be. And she's like, not for nothing, Gene, but you get hurt more just around the house. You don't really, and it was funny because I was vacuuming a couple of days ago, and I stood up and I nailed my head on a shelf and got this major freaking, and she's like, that's what I'm talking about. You go mountain biking and go downhill and you don't get hurt. You vacuum the living room and you pop your head on a shelf. So it's actually pretty cool. She's happy that I just get the hell out of the house and get some stress out. And I'm a lot more talk than I am trick. I can't do much stuff, and I go out there and I cover myself up pretty good if I'm going to do anything major. So that was the very long answer to your question of it's all good. Like just get the hell out. So is that different for you? How about you folks on the line? What's going on here, man?
Well, no, for me, I just notice a lot of, because I'll fall all the time, and then my guys will be like, "Dude, is your wife gonna let you come with us like later?" Because mine, doesn't always tells me to stop. I'm like, no, my wife. I don't know. I come home. I don't know. My wife's a nurturer, so it's kind of cool. So if I get hurt, I'm like, cool. She's gonna be, oh, babe, and I'll be like, yeah, this sucks, huh? So I'm pretty blessed and lucky in that sense.
Well, look, let me tell you how cool my wife is about me mountain biking. All right, you're gonna love this one. Got married. Day after the wedding. Had a little stress out, a lot of stuff going on. Took my mountain bike around the condos. Landed before we were going on the honeymoon, and I popped and screwed up my shoulder. Literally didn't have enough time to go to the doctor. Called a friend that was a doctor and said, he's like, nah, you should be okay. We were going to Jamaica, and I was actually scared to go home. I rode over to my buddy Bill and Tara's house. I'm like, Bill, Tara, you got to save me. Megan's going to kill me. Rightfully so. She had every right to want to kill me because I could. And I'm going to find a picture and post it. You'll see it with me, my arm in a sling in Jamaica. So we were going on our honeymoon, and I got hurt mountain biking the day before we took a flight to go to Jamaica. And we're still, no court. No, look, the ring's still there. It's all good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man, that might be the one where my wife might kill me. If she was going to, that one right there.
I got kind of lucky.
Yeah. You got lucky there.
So, folks, let us know. Tell me, what makes you go out and ride? Why do you think you're so much happier when you go riding? Do your wives like when you go mountain biking? What's going on with that type of thing? Put some comments down below. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're talking about, and what you're doing. Also, do me a favor. You got to go take a look at MTB Drop In's YouTube channel, right? I'm going to have a link down in the description over there. If it's cool with Tony, we're probably going to do a lot more of these bike chats together. Of course, he's in California, so riding with him is going to be a pain in the ass. I don't know why everybody I'm meeting over here is in California, but
well, this is the thing. I've been looking for people on the internet because you were talking the other day about how it's Brian Kennedy and then single track sampler and what do you call it? The other was
Seth, of course, Seth,
yeah. Right. They all got together. They got this crazy idea to go to Moab, right. And it's like, all I need is to find 3 crazy people who are willing to set a date, and we can do this, at a certain place, or a section, and we can put that on our channel, because honestly, that was when they all went to Moab is when they exploded. Yeah, well, because that's when I, started noticing they exploded, and I think that's something we could do to kind of push it,
Well, we'll get together and do something crazy. We're already, kind of nutty. It's late at night and we're talking about mountain biking and, sitting here in our houses. So I think we'll be pretty cool and we'll do something. So you'll see more Tony over here on Regular Guy Mountain Biking, as well as hopefully I'll get to do some stuff with MTB Drop In. Let us know what your comments are. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Bike chat was a good one. And look, folks, we're going to catch you later on. Have a good night.